Right, so Disney Speedstorm season... What season is this? Season 20? Season 18? Or season 17? It will say in the title what season this is. Season 18. Season 18. Right. This is going to be my overview video talking about what I liked, what I didn't like about this season, and we're just going to jump in with the Cruz Ramirez show off stage. To make a short story even shorter, this season is the worst season we've had. I'll be straight up front. You don't need to watch the rest of this video. All you need to know is, please do watch the rest of this video. I need that watch time. But all you really need to know is that this season isn't worth investing in any way, really. And that's all the game wants you to do, is invest money. Even, you know, there is no free character this month. All of the characters are tied to these weird, like Grand Prix, but the Grand Prix also expect you to have the attached character unlocked to be able to even compete in them. It's just it's starting to get really obvious how money grabby Gameloft is starting to get when it comes to this game. Like I've always been the first to kind of call out Gameloft whenever they're doing scummy practices, and I think this season is the king of scummy practices when it comes to Disney Speedstorm, when it comes to like everything to do with the main season itself. In terms of the new track, because we're not getting one of those next season. When it comes to the new track, we're leaving the game for some reason. When it comes to the new track, I think it's fine. I think the new track is absolutely fine. Might as well do this because I haven't yet.
Let's do some hero work. You'll not regret it.
Play as Winnie the Pooh.
Will there be anything to eat afterwards?
Play as Winnie the Pooh because I haven't yet. I
I don't suppose there will be any honey.
I think the only
Well done. Sink.
yeah, the new track is the only good thing this season. It's the only good thing this season. The new track. The new characters might be great. Lightning McQueen might be the best character in the game. I think Cruz Ramirez is, from what I've heard from other players, which isn't really a lot, it seems like overall excitement around the game is just floundering at this point, which I'm not surprised about. Like I've kind of got a little bit of excitement for next season because it is introducing some new things. I think conversation about next season is going to be probably more interesting than the season itself. I think the next season is like opening more opportunities to make content on the game. which is pretty fun, especially for someone in my position who hasn't really to talk about when it comes to this game for the longest time. It's just been a lot of like, yeah, this season hasn't really done anything. It's introduced some new characters which you can't play yet, and it's introduced a new track for like what, half of the seasons in the past year.
Is it over?
But yeah, I don't like the way this game is. I don't like the way this game is headed. I don't like where we are at this point.
Well, that was rather fun.
The game just isn't really... The game just isn't really fun anymore, and it's not for free-to-play players anymore. The only place where you can get Cruz Ramirez shards, who is the only technically free character, but there are no free characters this season. There's no Cruz Ramirez in anything outside of the last rewards box of the challenge chapter, and even then it's only 4 shards. It's not even an unlock. It's 4 shards. It's 25 Gaston shards, which is nice, but it's only 4 shards. And even then you're being asked to have a level 36 Maleficent, which they haven't given away Maleficent shards in a relatively easy way to get them ever. And Berserk they want you to have as level 35. Who hasn't been available to get until this season, and even then it's like a trickle feed through here, you know. Like, I am kind of enjoying tournaments now just because it's getting me to upgrade characters that I've been neglecting recently, and it's getting me to try out the more recent characters. Like, for me, Tron is where characters started getting really exciting. Like, Tron for me, I think, was the season that did really excite me when it came to like the characters that were introduced. And it was the first one where like the conversation around like Rinsler being able to get to 300 miles per hour just and be able to stay there was kind of cool. But like, I've heard nothing about the actual characters in this season. I think that's because no one's getting their hands on them, and no one's excited about them because of the way that they're doing the way that they're doing unlocks. The way that unlocks are working this season just isn't good enough. So what it is essentially is like these Grand Prix where you're given you're given like race conditions. So you're given characters that you can play in for that day, and these are only open for a day, mind. So if you're not one of those people, if you're like me and you're only logging in on the Friday when a new season chapter's out, you're missing like you're missing most of this. You're missing most of this. And then you got Tron, and then you come to day 3, and you need cars. This is to get Emperor Zurg shards as well, who you need for the challenge chapter. So to be able to get, so you're being locked out of essentially 2 characters that you need for this season. This event wouldn't be too bad if it just opened up the whole roster for every day, and if this was an event, which was like here. There isn't one available at the moment, but if it was like it lasted 2 weeks. If it lasted 2 weeks, it was one Grand Prix or one like leaderboard thing. And it opened the entire roster to you. Or it was like you can only use, or if it was like, if at least the days, because something that I've liked about the Tales is like some of the days are still active. Some of the days are still active even after they're done. Like some of the days go away, and some of them are like this. I don't like this, by the way. I don't like the way this is. Thankfully, you don't need to do all of these to get the festive pass, which I think is what most players should be aiming towards. Most players should be aiming towards the festive pass because even the free one is going to get you Sully shards, which, you know, if you're behind on Sully, Sully shards is a good thing because he's a good character, and shards are going to be difficult to get because he's an epic character, so he's rare anyway. He's been rare since the start, and there's so many characters in the game now that, you know, and like the premium pass is going to get you Korra, who is like kind of mid tier, and it's going to give you Baymax, who is, from everything that I've heard, pretty good. And Baymax you also need for one of the tournaments. So, and it's giving you Captain Gantu supercharged shards. Even the free one is giving you Hans supercharged shards, who I still believe is the single best character in the game. Or if he's not the best character in the game, he's still reigning at the top in S tier. Captain Gantu is also quite good. He's like A tier. Any of those heavy brawlers are pretty good anyway. Let me just check who I need for tomorrow. There's anyone that I need to invest in. Hector Barbosa. I've got shards for Hector Barbosa. I'll be fine. But yeah, I mean this is getting you supercharged Kermit, which is pretty good. I mean, so the rewards, even the free rewards for like Festive Pass for the Tales, isn't bad. Like, they're not bad rewards for anything really. It's just the main season tour, I think, hit a really big hump this month or this season, and I think not having a single free character, like the way that they were doing it before with the challenge chapter, and the challenge chapter being the one that you get the free character from, and it just being like you have to have invested at least to level 30, maybe level 35 with most of your roster, because you never know who's going to show up. Like, that's not great, but it's a heck of a lot better than what they have done. Like, you complete the whole chapter where there's some really rare characters, some really difficult to upgrade characters that you need at high levels to be able to get 4 shards. Not even an unlock, but 4 shards. So to get the unlock for Cruz Ramirez, you have to do pretty much every day for the... You need to do every day barring the actual car's days. And this is a free-to-play level. You need to be logging in every day to do those Grand Prix. You need to also have most of your roster built up, or every character in the... You need to have... If I just go into this. Let's just look at these, and I'll stop at every character that I consider difficult. So, Figment and King Triton, both of those characters that you should have at this point. You're going to have a Mickey and Friends character. You're going to have at least one Monsters Inc. character. You're probably going to have an Inside Out character at level 31. Stitch and Prince Eric, they're relatively easy to get. Prince Eric is a common character, so you probably have him. Figment and King Triton, like I said, pretty easy to get. Rapunzel and Queen of Hearts, this is mean. This is really mean. Thankfully, you can skip it. Oswald and Dale, also very mean. Hortensia and Maui, also very mean. Sadness and Forky, not too bad. Not too bad. Forky was the free character for his season. Also, there's a tournament now for Forky as well, so there's extra incentive to get him and extra ways to get his shards. Olaf and Hans. Olaf is the free character this season, so he should be relatively easy to get. And if you've been listening to conversations about the roster, you've probably done a little bit of building into Hans as well. Eve and Dale, both very difficult characters to get. Like I said, Maleficent is horrible, and Snow White is like, I don't have her yet. So expecting someone to have Snow White is like expecting you know, expecting a child when you haven't had sex. There's history of it happening once in a very popular book, you know. Emperor Zurg, like I said, very, very mean. Tigger as well, also very mean. Oswald and Maui at level 37. Maui, you are getting some shards for him this season. Like, I know his shards technically are premium, but they are chucking some Maui stuff in through capsules and stuff. So you're not completely out of the woods with Maui. It's going to be difficult to get into level 37. Oswald, if you have him unlocked and you already have him at what? You already have him at level 33. It shouldn't be too difficult then to get him at level 37. Olaf and Eve, like I said, Olaf, you're going to have it at level 39 by this point anyway. He's the free character. Oswald and Hortensia, if you got him at level 35, you got him at level... if you've got him at level 33, you only need to do like a couple of races and... both of these characters, if you've already have them earlier on, you only need to do a couple races in ranked multiplayer to get them there. Sadness and Queen of Hearts. both quite bad characters to have to get there. Go-Go Tamago is impossible to get, so that's mean, but there's plenty of other options, like there and there. Dale and Forky, level 35. Not great. Figment and Rapunzel. Figment, you're probably going to have. Hans and Maui. Hans is, Hans is a common character, actually, so that's not too bad. You open enough boxes, you're going to have him. Oh, no. Wait a minute. 2 Cruz Ramirez shards here. 10 Gaston shards. So you're getting a fifth. You're getting 5% of Cruz Ramirez there. Olaf and Stitch, like I said, Olaf is the character for this season, so you're probably gonna, if you don't get him to level 45 here, he's easier this season to get to level 45 or level 43 than any other character is. King Triton, Emperor Zurg. King Triton is fine to get. He's relatively easy to get. Prince Eric is, not great either. Any character getting them to level 44 is going to be tough. Any character past level 44 is tough. Maleficent and Snow White level 45 is impossible at this point. Any mid-season character that they ask you to get to level 45 for one of these, if it's not Figment, Steamboat Mickey or Steamboat Pete, or maybe Daisy and Minnie Mouse, it's not great. It's not great. Go-Go Tamago, again, she's impossible to get, but it's just for this, so that's fine. Maui level 40 is also very mean, because you're not being given a lot of his shards this season, unless you've paid for the diamond pass. But as a free-to-play player, expecting you to get Maui at level 40 is really mean. That being said, the challenge tour or the challenge chapter this half of the season, really bad, really mean. They're giving you some characters you don't even need. They're giving you shards for some characters you don't even need. Like I saw Fear there. You don't need Fear. I saw Will Turner there. You don't even need Pirates of the Caribbean, man. You don't need a single Pirates of the Caribbean character. There isn't even a note that says Pirates of the Caribbean there. So yeah, I think this season has been one of the worst, in my opinion. Not even giving you a single free character or a single way, for not making it even more difficult and making free-to-play players have to jump through so many more hoops and essentially have to treat this game like a job. It's not good. It's not good. Like I said, next season seems like it's introducing more stuff. It seems like it's introducing more free-to-play stuff. I kind of can let slide not having a new track next season, because the three main characters, or the 3 villains that they are introducing, all 3 of them look like they're gonna be good. All 3 of them look like they're gonna be good. Mother Gothel has the ability to change from Trickster to Speedster, almost like with just a press of a unique skill. Shan Yu is probably going to be great. I mean, he's going to be a heavy character, so those characters are usually the best of whatever respective season they're in. And Yokai is probably going to be good as well. He looks like he's got some pretty cool animations. And then we've got Syndrome and Pete. Pete is probably going to be insane because he looks like he's going to be the heaviest character in the game. So he's probably going to have one of the highest top speeds, if not the highest top speed. So yeah, that's pretty exciting as well. And the Adventure Tour is like, it's evergreen single player content, which is what I've been asking from the game since pretty much launch, and now 3 years later we're finally getting it. I'm cautiously optimistic for next season. I know there's monetization involved with the Adventure Tour, but can we not just look at the positives? Can we not look at the positives? You know, I'm sure when I get to try, you know, even from the showcase, stages, you know, looking at those, the showcase stages, Lightning McQueen and Cruz Ramirez, which are the two characters you get to try out. For some reason, there is no showcase stage for Meta. I don't know what that's all about, but there is for Maui, there is for Olaf, there is for, you know, the other characters. They look really good. They look really good. And their character models, I think, fit the best in this game. Which, of course, they do, because they're actual cards. But yeah, and also, I think that opens up the possibility to do more experimental, more interesting things. Like, you have the model for it here. Why not just make Chitty Chitty Bang Bang a playable character? You already have the character model for Herbie, essentially. Why not make Herbie a playable character? Now you can do it. And now that they have, like, actual cars, like driverless cars in the game, you can also now, and not only that, the introduction of not Donkey, the introduction of Eeyore into the game, someone who is quadrupedal, you know, someone who is basically on all fours. From that, I can justify putting Lion King into the game. From that, I can justify Shere Khan. You know, have them steer with their front paws, or have them steer with their mouths, even. You know, I can justify that. And if you're gonna say, how can a cat drive? How can a child drive? How can a donkey drive? You know, if they can upscale the toys from Toy Story, you know, at the end of the day, this is a Disney game with Disney characters driving cars, right? You know, we've got mermaids driving. I think we can stretch to a cat driving a car, because I find it very weird that we have a Disney game that doesn't have the Lion King in it at the moment. I think that is the weirdest part of this game, is that we're 2 years into it and there is no Lion King. yet we're having things chucked around about like Finding Nemo being in the game, which I think would be fun. I think Finding Nemo would make for an excellent stage, would make for an excellent track. I know people didn't really like Antarctica or Atlantica. And it would be kind of similar to that. But I think you can do some really cool stuff with that. And I think, like, even change the game up to have, like, different camera angles, different things, like maybe being chased by some stuff. That would be pretty fun. But yeah, I don't know. This season, pretty weak for me personally. However, hopefully, and take this with a massive shovel bucket full of salt, because Gameloft ain't ever listened before. I don't see them listening now. But hopefully, from the backlash of this season and the backlash of the Grand Prix, hopefully they don't do that again in the future, or they have the Grand Prix just be extra shards and they go back to, like, at least giving us enough shards for an unlock in the challenge chapters. I don't mind having to wait until week 5 to be able to get the free character. I just want the opportunity to get at least one free character per season. That would be nice. But anyways, I'm going to end this stream here. Or not stream, I'm going to end this video here. I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. I do want to let everyone know that the streams happening on the channel are raising money for Mind. So, and that is leading up until the end of the month. So if you haven't been joining the streams, but you do want to help out, the streams are happening either on midday. Just keep an eye out for notifications. Put your notifications on and make sure you're keeping an eye out for when the streams do happen. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, hit all the buttons, do all the things. See you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Peace.